So what up? Happy New Year. I think, yeah, I mean, it is April 1st. No, this is not an April Fool's joke. It's just I'm very late to the situation. I had a phone issue and then work and everything that came about. So I didn't really get a chance to record any YouTube stuff. So I apologize to anybody who was looking out for any videos or wanted to hear some upcoming stuff about the gaming industry. But within these few months, there's a lot of stuff that's happened. So I just wanted to give my Happy New Year to everyone. And look, it is April 1st in some areas. It is actually New Year's. I know Bali celebrated theirs last week. So, hey, I'm not too late, I guess. But yeah, there's so much to talk about. So many games that have come out within this short little period of time of like 4 months. And what I've been playing and what I had time to do. I mean, I have other obligations. I have, my work, my job, and also, like I said, I've been doing shoe design and shoe stuff. So I've been working on some really cool stuff, like this here for my man Rob. He's a MotoGP championship racer, actually. And yeah, little stuff like this that's coming, I gotta do. So this is my actual job where I do painting on shoes and customs and designs and stuff like that. So I got those obligations, and I just really have so much time. But there was quite a few things that have happened. There was an Xbox Direct that normally happens in January, and they normally show 4 to 5 games. And the very beginning of when I started this channel, the number one thing that I was like always tell you guys about is like the games that I enjoy, and mostly are like hack and slash. And the game that I enjoyed the most in that genre, and I told you before, was Ninja Gaiden. So at this actual direct, they told us that there was a new Ninja Gaiden come out, which is Ninja Gaiden 4, yeah, 4 or 5, 4, I believe, yeah, Ninja Gaiden 4. And so like that's crazy exciting news. It's coming out for the Xbox, PlayStation. And it's published by Xbox, but they're gonna bring it out for the PlayStation. And in between that time, they did a little extra surprise drop, and they dropped out Ninja Gaiden 2 and like the remaster version. And so I had time to play that, and I just ran through it just because I was excited. It's like one of my favorite games, one of my favorite basically titles, and we know we're getting a new one coming here at the end of the year. And in between that time, I had a chance to play two, and it was just as exciting as it was when I remember playing it back in the day. So that was like some crazy, crazy big news. And then some really cool games that I'm really excited for, and we really got to see. There's one that's called Expedition 33. So it's more of uh, what we say, not a hack and slash, but it has some elements of it. But it's more a turn-based game, and like I was like kind of like Metaphor, but they had some really cool elements when it comes to like parrying, and it comes to like completing of what would say complete like a combo or something like that. So it's not just press one button and watch it happen. It's like, okay, I gotta hit this combo with like X, and then he might come back. I parry a little bit, but it's in a way, I say on rails in a sense of it's still within the turn-based situation. But the story's kind of cool. I like when you turn to whatever age that this there's a like a witch that's come down, and she changes the clock or the time, and each time there might be a number. So the number on this one is 33. So everyone who's at the age of 33 perishes. So there's a group of people who are right before that age, and they're basically trying to take out this witch, and basically stop the timer from happening. And there's a group of people that are of the age of 32, and there's a couple of them that are younger that really don't have to have that fight, but they're going to take it on anyway just because they don't want it catching up to them. So that's kind of like the premise of the story. I probably butchered it for the most of it, but it looks really dope. It looks really, really, really dope, and that's coming out this month actually. We have another one that you see here. South of Midnight. That's coming out later out this month too. There's been tons of previews of it. We talked about it before, and they showed a lot more gameplay and kind of how like the game is going to move about. And I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for the story. The combat may be a bit slower than I was expecting, as you're going to kind of see here in the background. But the graphics looks dope. I love the stop motion animation. We've already talked about it before, so I want to hold you guys down too much, on it. But yeah, like like there's also Kazan the First Berserker. That's more of like a Souls type game, so it's a bit slower than that normal true hack and slash game, but actually faster than the normal the normal Souls type game. And man, on this one, the animation is 2D sprite looking, but it's 3D, and like I like the moves. They had a demo out that I had a chance to like really like sink my teeth into a little bit, and yeah, it's quite tough. It's quite tough, and the paces coming from Ninja Gaming is tough playing anything. You normally got to take a good like week break because you're coming from like Twitch, moving super fast on the controller where enemies is coming left and right, and you have to be super quick with the reactions or you're gonna get, out of there, especially when you're playing on the highest difficulty. And so like on that game it is brutal. So coming from that and then switching on to playing the demo of Kazana was like a whole like, oh, this is methodical. I got to be careful of like my hits, and then you can't get hit as much. So and you have to worry about stamina and different things, and like your weapon set's only based on what they give you versus a Ninja Gaiden out the gate. You get you have your ninja sword, and you want to level it up to Master Ninja, and then but then in between you're just getting like the flail, and you get so many different weapons. You get bow staff, you have the bow staff with the spear on top. So yeah, it's a lot of weapons that you get commonly pretty fast, and they all have their different set moves and move sets and power ups and stuff. So you get a lot of variety at the between the beginning and middle of the game. And then Kazan is kind of just your getting your gear, defeating enemies, looting chests, taking out the bosses to get higher rank gear, finding the secret paths to get shorter to the end of the boss fight instead of having to go all the way and travel through the level. So I really enjoyed, those two different paces and like going in between the two. So I've been really heavy on that. And then the big one, which came out the end of the end of last month, was Assassin's Creed Shadows, and that's the one I'm gonna talk about the most today because I don't necessarily have a review. Like I said, we won't really be doing reviews here. One is because I respect everyone who makes the games. Like I said, I used to make them myself, and I just respect the fact that people put time, effort, the businesses put money into it, and there's an art form to it. There's a lot of people, a lot of things you don't see. You just see the game and you play the game, and that's normally it. But there's art directors. There's like tons of artwork that just doesn't get its just due. And so for me, I don't really give a review. I'll tell you some things that I may enjoy about the game, or I tell you some things that maybe might not be my best, but I won't harp on those things. I'm not a negative dude. I don't come from negativity. People who know me for sure, that's no, I don't come from negativity at all. So I will do my best to just be like, hey, these are the positives about the game, and then I know understand that people may not like this or people may not like that, but my goal in doing these things is to up the industry. I'm like video games, music, has saved my life. I would tell you, I've told these stories before, but the gaming industry have saved my life a multitude of times, during my downtimes, during my divorce, everything. Like gaming has been there for me. So I'll never down the industry, and I understand that some people may feel games in a turn down, but I grew up playing Mario One at the time when my parents only had a Intellivision or had an Atari. I'm over here playing Pong. So to watch games come from that to where we're at now, I'm not gonna complain at all. Some people who thinks the worst games ever would be my distant dream. Growing up, even like the worst game you could think of, maybe not that, but some games that are we would consider really really bad now, like to have that in my hands at the age of 5, man, yeah. So I won't complain about what we have because I understand what was before. And games take time, and it takes patience, and it takes a lot. It takes a lot of people's energy, time, and then you got to deal with online, and it gets crazy. But Assassin's Creed Shadows. So I've played pretty much every Assassin's Creed except for like the 2D side scrolling one. I think that was in China, and there was an Assassin's Creed. I'm trying to remember. There was Brotherhood, and then like there was another one that came out, but it was only at the time I had an Xbox One, but it was only for the 360. at the time. So that's one. I can't remember the name of it. I apologize. But that one is the only one I didn't really play, and I didn't beat Valhalla. I just kind of it just wasn't hit me. It was like I had like not necessarily fatigue, but when I have the bug for Assassin's Creed, I have like the bug for Assassin's Creed, and when I get the bug, I'm doing every mission. I'm doing every tower, every any how the game's designed for what it wants you to do is basically go into a camp, take over the camp, kill everybody you need to kill, grab all the stuff you need to grab, and then move on. And I do when I'm into it, I do all of it. So really, to start off, you start off with Noe. I think that's her name. I butchered that too, probably. And there's two different characters. So Sasuke. Oh, Sasuke. Yasuke. Sorry, that's different, totally different thing. Um, um, and Noe, and they're two protagonists in this situation. And you start off with Noe, and it's a revenge story as usual. I won't go too deep into the story because if anyone wants to play it or wants to give it a try, I don't want to give away too much stuff. But there's a revenge plot in the situation, and you're playing as her first, and you're just basically finding you're finding prayer shrines and meditation shrines to like kind of go back and understand your training before to get you to where you're the ninja you are now. And I would really say like I'm into the story a little bit. It's taken a little bit because the just with the newer Assassin's Creeds, I should say, they you have to like level up and get armor and get different things and level up your weapon choice, and it's a little bit more methodical. So the pacing of the story is a bit slower depending on how much you want to gain it. And for me, it gets weird because I like to do a lot of side missions and level up my character and then go to a main mission where the story continues. So it might be like 2 to 3 hours where I'm not even doing main story stuff. So by the time I get to main story stuff, I'm like, oh yeah, what happened again? What was going on? So I can get lost in the story, but that's my fault. That's not the game's fault. If you can beeline it and just want to get to the story, you can beeline it. But for me, I'm trying to get level it up. So when I get to the boss, and then in this situation is with the game, it kind of throws you off because I want to be immediate ninja. I just want to come out and just be like, "Hey, let me be ninja. Let me hide in this. Let me throw smoke bombs. Let me do all the ninja stuff I can do." But you're not there yet. So you have to like work around your limitations until you level up. So that's not a negative, I would say. I was just more of like, okay, we're a ninja, but we're a ninja in training, or we're a ninja learning on the go while this thing is happening. And a big comparison, obviously, to this game is Ghost of Tsushima, one of my favorite games on PlayStation 4, period, hands down. They basically out Assassin's Creed, and that's why this one is a bit um, critical because we all have been waiting for Assassin's Creed to go to Japan, but somebody beat them to it in their style of like game with more cinematic. It's more of a cinematic game. Obviously, the graphics was insane. Sony, they're just the kings of knowing how to pick a developer to work on their art. They're just the best at it. It's not. I'm sorry if you're Xbox dude. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It just have a keen for sorting out talent. Now, how when these games come out, it takes forever. So there's a balance to it. And Xbox is hitting on its roll. It's moving on its thing. Another game I'll talk about in just a second, which is Indiana Jones, which I think is an amazing game, and it needs to get way more love than it's got within a short amount of time that people's been able to play it since December. But yeah, back to Assassin's Creed. So so what I'm enjoying is leveling up, and it is have his ninja elements. I just don't have all my tools yet. So that's the only thing I'm just like, let me, hurry. I'm trying to hurry up to get these tools, and some of them are story level tools. So it's like the catch 22 is what do you want to do? You want to beeline it, or do you want to, grab all you can grab and then, get that with the story. But no, I'm enjoying it so far. It's exactly what I thought it was going to be. The graphics is nice. The scenery is great. Like, as much as I loved Ghost of Tsushima, doesn't mean I cannot like Assassin's Creed, or I have to put these two together and go, oh, see, this. Nah, man. They're two separate entities, two different artists who are making two different things. And I enjoy what I'm enjoying right now on Assassin's Creed because I've been itching for, ever since playing Ninja Gaiden. I'm back in my ninja mode, so you give me all ninja everything, which so much stuff. We got Phantom Blade, and then that's another story for a day. I can't wait till the day this channel grows enough that I'm get to fly out back to LA, meet some homies, meet some people, and then be able to place and preview some of these games to bring back to you, because there's just so many, and I would love to organize myself in a better manner to be able to like get that done. But like I said, I'm enjoying Assassin's Creed. I know it's been this big thing. Once again, we don't get into politics. That's not what we do here. That's far from what we do. But what we do is we play games, and I tell you the games that I do enjoy. And if I'm not enjoying a game, I won't bag it. I won't come down on it. I won't do anything. I may say it's not for you or whatever, but if anyone you want to check out who's really, really on that is my dude ACG. I'll put that down in the comments. Hands down, the best reviewer on the planet. I don't care who it is. Better than IGN, better than a lot of these people. He just breaks it down the best way from each individual category. And a lot of people skip this category and it's sound. And because I love music, I'm a sound guy, and I enjoy crisp sound, and he will break it down for you on the sound. And he has a really, really, really good way of saying like how I am. I'm not super negative on the games, and for the most part, he's not super negative on the games. He'll just tell you that wait for a deep sale, buy now, or this is a game you should try immediately. And that's kind of how he like does things, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that he takes his time. I appreciate that he buys his own games. And if he does get a code for it, he gives the code away to someone, and then the game that he purchased is the game that he's reviewing. So it's not like, someone's like, hey, give us a review. It's not like that. It's more like he enjoys the games, he plays the games, and he gives you what his opinion is on the games in the best way he can, like most people. But I just like the way he breaks it down, and especially for each individual category, and then lets you he explains it in your wallet instead of like, oh, this is, everyone loves this game, so you got to love this game too. No, he's like, nah, for your wallet, it's worth it for your wallet. But if it's not, this game will go on sale soon, and get it when it goes on sale. Or if it's in Game Pass, even better for you, bro. Get it in Game Pass if it is. So yeah, for me, I'm like I said, my reviews are gonna be more just on the things that I enjoy about the game. I think my gift in this world is basically, if something seems terribly bad, I'll try to find the good in whatever situation, whatever bad, or whatever. Man's been through so much in his life that's all I can do. Is I'd rather go that route than just be hanging my head down or anything like that, or even like diss someone for something. I don't have time for that. I'd rather try to find the good in whatever it is that needs to be, checked out. And especially for games, and I know how hard it is, and I know that like you worked super hard on a game, and then as soon as it hits the public, everyone's like, this is trash, this is that. And then it gets even worse now with X and Facebook and Instagram, and then someone's just typing away, oh, y'all trash, da da da, you should die. Like, whoa, come on now, what are we doing here? So you never catch that from me ever. That's not even how man's gonna roll, at all when it comes to these games. But as always, I'm saying, like, thank you guys for sticking with me on this. Like I said, the videos will come up. Man's a little bit rusty, so he has a lot of ums and ahs and me messing up, but it is what it is. Like I said, we'll keep getting better. We'll keep getting better. Like I said, I got a better camera, which is a better phone, because my phone broke down. Like I said before, that's the reason why a lot of this wasn't, consistently moving on pace. There'll be a lot of gameplay coming up, especially with all these games coming out. Don't know which one I may do a lot of gameplay on. It's between, I'm thinking Expedition 33, or, I'm sure it'll be both, with a mix between the two, but how I'm edit it and how I'm gonna get it right, don't know just yet. But we'll figure it out. But as always, I appreciate y'all. This is the end of the video. I said I'll be more consistent now that I have better camera slash phone. We're gonna be working that out. But I appreciate y'all. Always like, subscribe, tell a friend, let them know. Because the more we build this channel, like I said, the better it gets, the more things I can add. And literally, like, I'm not kidding y'all, like, it's coming soon where this whole room will change. Everything's gonna be different. And I've just been working hard to like get that done, because this is something I really want to do. I really, really do want to do. I want to be a voice in the game industry that's positive, because right now, man, it's people just being negative just to be negative, and they adding politics of like life into the thing we supposed to escape. So I'm just trying to bring that light to the situation, and the more we all get accumulated to this, and the more subs, and the more everything comes out, like once I get the transfer to everything, it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be live, and like I say, once I get back to like hitting back home at LA and kicking it with the people and then vlogging when it comes to like the game industry stuff, it's gonna be live. It's gonna be super live. So thank y'all for bearing with me. Thank y'all for tuning in into the next one. So yeah, please like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I catch y'all to the next one. Peace.